हरि हरि विफले। हरि हरि विफले जनमा गइनु हरि हरि विफले जनमा मनुष्य जनमा पाया राधा कृष्ण ना बाजिया पाया राधा कृष्ण ना बाजिया जानिया सुनिया विषा कायनो जानिया सुनिया विषा कायनो गोलोकेरा प्रेमादना हरि नाम संकीर्तना गोलोकेरा प्रेमादना हरि नाम संकीर्तना राति न जन्मे लोके नेथा रति न जन्मे लोके नेथा संसार विषय नले दिवानिशिया जले विषय नले दिवानिशि जुराइते न कोइनु पा जुराइते न कोइनु पा व्याजेन्द्र नंदन जय सचि सुता लो से नंदन जय सचि सुता बलराम लो नीता बलराम लो नीता दीनयथा चिलो हरि नामे उदारिलो यथा चिलो हरि नामे उदारिलो तार साक्षी जगाई मादा तार साक्षी जगाई माधा aha Prabhu Nanda Suta Vrishabhanu Suta Juta Karuna karo ye bharo Karuna karo ye bharo Narottama dasa koi natli ho ranga pai dasa koi Toma bina kiya che ama Toma bina kiya che ama Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Madhava Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Vraja Jana Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanacharina Yamuna Tira Vanacharina Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Jai Gauranitai, 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 Jai Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Gauranitai. Jai Jagannatha Baladeva Subhadramai Jaya Sudarshana. Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. Shri Radha Madhava ki Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Shrotari Sasya Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Grandhara Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah Nama Pankajanaಭaya Nama Pankajamaline Nama Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangre. Hare Krishna. So we are reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, first canto, 16th chapter, 6th verse. You can show from there only, from there. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare I can connect from there. Please repeat after me. Atava asya pada amboja makarandaliham satam kim anye asat alapai Ayushaha Yat Asatyaya. It's coming up. Atavasya padamboja Makaranda liham satam किमन्येर सदालापैर् आयुषो यद् असद्व्यया अथवास्य पदाम्बोजा मकरन्दालिहां सताम् किमन्येर सदालापैर् आयुषो यद् असद्व्यया अथवास्य पदाम्बोजा मकरन्दालिहां सताम् किमन्येर सदालापैर् आयुषो यद् असद्व्यया. Please recite. अथवास्य पदाम्बोजा मकरन्दालिहां सताम् किमन्येर सदालापैर् आयुषो यद् असद्व्यया. अथवास्य पदाम्बोजा मकरन्दालिहां सताम् किमन्येर सदालापैर् आयुषो यद् असद्व्यया. अथवास्य पदाम्बोजा मकरन्दालिहां सताम् किमन्येर सदालापैर् आयुषो यद् असद्व्यया. अथवास्य पदाम्बोजा मकरन्दालिहां सताम् किमन्येर सदालापैर् आयुषो यद् असद्व्यया. Translation, purport and word to word meaning by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Atava, otherwise, asya, of His, Lord Krishna's, Padamboja, lotus feet, Makarandaliham, of those who lick the honey from such a lotus flower, Satam, of those who are to exist eternally, Kimanye, what is the use of anything else? Asat, illusory, Alapai, topics, Ayushaha, the duration of life, Yat, that which is, Asatyaya, unnecessary waste of life. Translation. The devotees of the Lord are accustomed to licking up the honey available from the lotus feet of the Lord. What is the use of topics which simply waste one's valuable life? Purport. Lord Krishna and his devotees are both on the transcendental plane. Therefore, the topics of Lord Krishna and of his pure devotees are equally good. The battle of Kurukshetra is full of politics and diplomacy, but because the topics are related with Lord Krishna, the Bhagavad Gita is therefore adored all over the world. There is no need to eradicate politics, economics, sociology, etc., which are mundane to the mundaners. To a pure devotee who is actually related with the Lord, such mundane things are transcendental if dovetail with the Lord or with his pure devotees. We have heard and talked about the activities of the Pandavas, and now we are dealing with the topics of Maharaja Pariksit. But because all these topics are related to the Lord Sri Krishna, they are all transcendental, and pure devotees have great interest in hearing them. We have already discussed this matter in connection with the prayers of Bhishmadev. Our duration of life is not very long, and there is no certainty of when we shall be ordered to leave everything for the next stage. Thus, it's our duty to see that not a moment of our life is wasted in topics which are not related with Lord Krishna. Any topic, however pleasant, is not worth hearing if it is devoid of its relation to Krishna. The spiritual planet Golok Vrindavan, the eternal abode of Lord Krishna, is shaped like the whole of a lotus flower. Even when the Lord descends to any one of the mundane planets, he does so by manifesting his own abode as it is. Thus his feet remain always on the same big whole of the lotus flower. His feet are also as beautiful as a lotus flower. Therefore it is said that Lord Krishna has lotus feet. A living being is eternal by constitution. He is so to speak in the whirlpool of birth and death due to his contact with material energy. Freed from such material energy, a living entity is liberated and is eligible to return home back to Godhead. Those who want to live forever without changing their material bodies should not waste valuable time with topics other than those relating to Lord Krishna and his devotees. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Ajnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadandikam Vandeham Shri Gurun Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunadanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Cha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachyatya Deshatharine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvishe Namah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyacha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktarunda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So I welcome you all for today's Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam class. I seek the blessings of the Lordship Sri Radha Madhav, Srila Prabhupada and all the Vaishnavas. Please bless me so that I can speak something on this exalted topic known as Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So we are in 16th chapter of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So previous verse it says, Shaunako uvacha kasya heto nijagraha kalim digvijaye nrupa nrideva chinha drik sudra ko asogam yah padahanat tat katyatham mahabhaga yadi Krishna katashrayam. A translation is as follows. Shaunaka Rishi inquired, why did Maharaja Pariksit simply punish him, since he was the lowest of the Shudras, having dressed as a king and having struck a cow on the leg? Please describe all these incidents if they relate to the topics of Lord Krishna. So they are not interested in just, seeing cow killing or about this king, but they are asking whether these instances are related to Krishna. So if that has any connection to Krishna, so this they want to hear. And now this verse says, now the devotee's nature it is. The devotees of the Lord are accustomed to licking of the honey available from the lotus feet of the Lord. What is the use of topics which simply waste one's valuable time? So first let us hear some glories of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Where it starts, that second chapter now. Divinity and Divine. Go down, please. Therefore, with one pointed attention. Shri Radha Madhav ki, Shri Gaur Nitai ki, Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Sudarshan ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Right? So, why we should hear Bhagavatam and how we should hear Bhagavatam? What do we gain by hearing Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam? Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, first canto, second chapter, it says, Divinity and Divine Service. Tasmadekena manasa bhagavan satvatam pati shotavya kirtitavyascha jaya pujascha nityadam. Therefore, with one pointed attention, one should constantly hear about, glorify, remember and worship this personality of Godhead who is the protector of the devotees. Next verse it says, Yadanudhyasina yukta karma grandhi nibandhanam chindanti kovidastasya kona kuryat kataratim. With sword in hand, intelligent men cut through the binding knots of reactionary work, karma, by remembering the personality of Godhead. Therefore, who will not pay attention to his message? And 16 verses says, Shushusho Shaddadanasya Vasudeva Katharuchi Syanma Sevaya Vipra Punyatirtha Nishevana. O twice born sages, by serving those devotees who are completely freed from all vice, great service is done. By such service, one gains affinity for hearing the messages of Vasudeva. Like you all are sitting here, it's because we are serving the great Mahabhagavatas, like we have Srila Prabhupada here and his disciples. We are trying to follow their instructions, and that's how we are getting a taste to sit in the class and to hear Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Shunvatam swakata Krishna punya shravana kirtana hrudayantasto hi abhadrani vidunoti surusatam. Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma, super soul in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses the desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. So Krishna will help, as Paramatma, he will cleanse the desire for material enjoyment, the heart. Shushushoshadanasya Vasudeva Kataruchi Syanma Sevaya Vipra Punyatirtha Nishevana. O twice born sages, by serving those devotees who are completely free from all vice, great service is done. By such service, one gains affinity for hearing the messages of Vasudeva. Shunvatam Swakatha Krishna Punyashravana Kirtana Hridayantasto Hyabhadrani Vidunoti Surusatam. Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is a Paramatma, super soul in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee, who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. 18th. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtake. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Just by attending classes on Bhagavatam and by rendering some service to pure devotees, all that is troublesome to heart will be destroyed. Tada rajastamo bhava kamalobhadayaschaye chetaye terana vidam stitam sattve prasidati. So as soon as irrevocable loving service is established in the heart, the effects of natures of modes of passion and ignorance, such as lust, desire and hankering, disappear from the heart, and the devotee is established in goodness and he becomes completely happy. Nashtaprayeshva bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati ruttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. Same it is. Which one it now? 20. We can hear again and again. Evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yogata bhagavad tattva vijnanam mukta sangasya jayate. Thus established in the mode of unalloyed goodness, the man whose mind has been enlivened by contact with devotional service to the Lord gains positive scientific knowledge of the personality of Godhead, the stage of liberation from all material association. 21, right? Vidyate hridaya grandhis chidyante sarva samshaya Kshiyante chasya karmani drishta evatmanishvare. Thus the knot in the heart is pierced and all misgivings are cut to pieces. The chain of fruitive actions is terminated when one sees the self as master. Ato vaikavayo nityam bhaktim paramaya muda Vasudeve Bhagavati Kurvanthatma Prasadani. Certainly, therefore, since time immemorial, all transcendentalists have been rendering devotional service to Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead, with great delight, because such devotional service is enlivening to the self. This is the glories of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Now we see so last paragraph it says Yad Krishna Kathashrayam. So the sages of Naimisharanya, they are interested in Krishna. So that's why they are inquiring if there is any connection to Krishna. So they are asking this because the devotees of the Lord are interested in hearing about topics about Krishna. What is the use of topics which will simply waste one's valuable life? So that is the nature of the devotee, that he wants to hear only about Krishna, nothing else. Hear about Krishna and something which is related to Krishna. This is symbol, yeah. So it says that we should always be cautious that whether our time is getting wasted. Like we have got this human body which is designed like there is a Jatak Chakra, right? So in the Jatak Chakra, they can say that this man will live for certain ages, certain years. Because Krishna says in Gita, Antavanta ime deha, nitya sukta sharirinaha. This body has an end. We cannot keep this body forever. Avinashitu tadvidi yena sarvam idam tadam. So Krishna says in Gita, that which pervades entire body is never destroyed. So what is that which is pervading all over the body? It is consciousness, right? So it will never destroy. And these words, present words, which says, Kim manyer asat alaphair. So what is that asat? The word to word meaning, it says illusory, right? Asat means which is temporary, it's illusory. So you see this body, this is asat. Asat, achit, niranand, right? This body is full of diseases. This body is temporary, which is going to die. So this is the nature of this body. So this is temporary. So Krishna says something which is about, there is something which is permanent. Krishna says that is something is temporary. So what is that permanent thing is spirit soul. So Krishna talks about that in Gita. That will never die. Now, whoever came to this material world, they all have to undergo the process of cycle of birth and death. Some people may claim that I am independent. I am swatantra. I want to do whatever I like. They don't want to hear. So we cannot be independent. Prabhupada says in many lectures, how can you be independent? Laws of nature are forcing on you. You are forced to become old. You are forced to die. You are forced to become diseased. You are forced to take birth from the womb of mother. So how can you say that you are independent? You are not independent. You are completely dependent on the laws of nature. Because we are looking for permanent existence, we are thinking that I am independent. Because the soul is part and parcel of Krishna, but it is looking for permanent existence in this temporary material atmosphere. So, but the devotees of the Lord, they are not interested in just keeping this material body alive forever. They are interested in hearing about Krishna, which is permanent. Like Bhagavad Gita says, Neha Bikramanashosti Pratyavayo na vidyate Swalpamapiyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. The little भक्ति भी करते हैं, आप लोग को हिंदी समझते हैं, हिंदी तेलुगु, तो हम थोड़ा भी भक्ति करते हैं तो वो दूसरा जन्म में जिधर रुक गया उधर से शुरुआत होता है. तो उसके लिए कुछ लास नहीं है इसमें भक्ति करने में. उसके लिए ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा हम पढ़ना चाहिए, जप करना चाहिए और संकीर्तन करना चाहिए. So why don't we try for something which is permanent? Why to try for something which is temporary? Now we see people who are karmis, they are just interested in satisfying their own bodies or families' bodies. So why to waste one's valuable time? This body, human body which is attained after so many lifetimes. Prabhupada says millions of lifetimes. This body is very, very rare. And it's very great pain to come out of the material body of mother. Body of a mother. It's very great struggle to stay 9 months in the womb of mother. And such circumstances we came out by the influence of Maya or some circumstances we fall into the bodily consciousness. But if by good fortune, even if karmis, if they come in association of devotees of Krishna, they can also be elevated. Their desires, whatever desire for material enjoyment, that is also be cleansed. If such persons, if we induce them to read such kind of literature like Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, and they can also advance in their Krishna consciousness. And So the devotee's nature is that they will test every moment whether my time is getting wasted in unnecessarily. So there are some symptoms of devotees which says that how they use their time. It says avyartha kvalatam. This is one of the symptoms of the person who are advancing in Krishna consciousness. We should see by these symptoms. Kshantir avyartha kalatvam viraktir mana shunyata asha bandha samutkanta namagane sada rushi asakti gunakhyane priti vasati stale iti adayo anubhavasyur jata bhavankure jane. When the seed of ecstatic emotion for Krishna fructifies, the following 9 symptoms manifest in one's behavior. Forgiveness, concern, and that time should not be wasted. These are all symptoms which will manifest in persons who are advancing in Krishna consciousness. Detachment, absence of false prestige, hope, eagerness. One naturally like to chant. Bhagwan ka naam jap karna chahte hain, hamesha. A taste for chanting the holy name of the Lord. Attachment to the descriptions of the transcendental qualities of the Lord. We want to hear, we develop that attachment, we want to hear about Krishna. And we develop affection for those places where Krishna resides, like temple or holy places like Vrindavan. You all might be knowing, we all are going to Vrindavan from 3rd to 11th. So, those who, some devotees may like to, we want to go, so eager. So, that is also one of the symptoms. They naturally like to stay. These are all called anubhava, subordinate signs of ecstatic emotion. So, they are visible in a person in whose heart the seed of love of God has begun to fructify. So devotee sees that whether my time is getting, of course, I am not a pure devotee to see such symptoms, but sometimes I feel, sometimes in my life, okay, my time is getting wasted. One day I tried, how my day is going, what time I got up, what time I chanted my rounds, what time I attended Bhagavatam class, what time it got completed. After that, what I did, what time I took prasad, how much time I took prasad, and how much I spent my time in singing bhajans or reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, how much time, did I waste any time? So one day I analyzed and I found that there is some time that is definitely it's wasting, because of sleeping or unnecessary talking. There is somewhere. But a devotee of Krishna, he sees that not even a moment of time is getting wasted without serving the Lord. He sees that. He knows that. Because, you see, this body is given, this body is destined for certain days and it is for temporary, like Bhagavatam says, Ayur harati vaipumsam udyanastam chayannaso tasyarde yatshano nita uttama shloka vartaya. Both by raising and by setting, the sun decreases the duration of life of everyone, except one who utilizes the time by discussing topics of the all good personality of Godhead. Like we see, now there is a sun here. In the evening it gets sunset. Of course it is always there. It's our vision that we see sun rising and setting. So what is happening by sun setting and rising? Our duration of life is taken away. And we cannot replace it. Like my age is 28 years. Now yesterday it was 25th. 25th it is? It is 25th October, right? So now we cannot bring it back, that day, right? So nobody can, even if we ready to pay millions of dollars, वो दिन को वापस नहीं ले आ सकते हैं. So what is happening by raising and setting? Our duration of life is taken away. Prabhupada says, if someone is talking nonsense, that means he is reducing his lifespan. Here it is mentioned, except one who utilizes the time by discussing topics of the all good personality. These people's duration of life will not be reduced. Those who are discussing topics related to Krishna, their duration of life is not reduced. Except those devotees of Krishna. This is exemption by raising and setting. So, avyartha kvalatvam, Prabhupada says, Chanakya Pandita says, Ayusha kshana ekopi nalabhya swarna kotibi sachen niraktam nirartakam nitha kanu kanis tatodika. Even if we are ready to pay millions of dollars, so much money, but we cannot get back even one moment of life. Suppose Prabhupada says there is one person that he was requesting doctor, can you please give me some days to live on this planet. I have some business, I want to get it done. Then doctor says no. Then he was still requesting, at least for few days. But we cannot get it back, because this is the nature of this material world. When we are forced to live, then we have to leave this material world. So it's by our good fortune we have come to association of the devotees. And here what we are doing, we are practicing renunciation. We are practicing renunciation. Prabhupada says renunciation does not mean that I change this color cloth and another color cloth, another. Renunciation, actual meaning of renunciation is, I will not associate with anything which has no connection with Krishna. This is renunciation. That is renunciation. So here Chanakya Pandita is saying, we cannot get back, even one moment is lost, we cannot get it back. Like, in the bank, there is some money is there, we have taken out. Of course, we may replace that money again back, but one day is lost, we cannot replace that. So that's the nature of this material world. So when the nature calls, now you have to die. We have to die. We have to leave this world. We have to leave this world one day. So how much loss it is, even if one moment is lost. It's a great loss. Suppose if someone has a jewel, how much carefully he keeps. He keeps it so carefully, right? Because he knows, this jewel if I lost, then I will lose so much money. Prabhupada gives this example. If someone has some jewel, he keeps it very carefully. Why? Because he knows it has so much value. Similarly, the time, which is so valuable, even if we are ready to pay, someone may come and say, I want to pay millions of rupees, but I want to, get some days again back. No. We cannot do that. So that's why the time should always be used in serving the Lord. So one should be alert whether time is getting wasted. Because I have not realized till 22 years of age how my time went in, just for going to college and material education. By good fortune, I got one Telugu Gita. Now, by great fortune, by the association of Vaishnavas, I got just one copy of Gita. Now I am here and I am trying to understand, something about Krishna. I never inquired also. So now we are hearing how valuable the time is. I never knew about the value of the time. I was just, during my college preparation for exams, I used to do newspapers. I used to pay money for that, 3-4 rupees every day and like that. Although I born in poor family, but I used to, ask for papers, newspaper. I wanted to read newspapers. And next day it is gone and nobody will give even 1 rupee for that bag. Right? Because it has no value. Next day is gone. Gone means the paper has no value because it is written by a person. But here we see Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, it is personally Krishna himself, and whatever we read, it is a permanent effect. Whereas a material thing, it has no effect at all. And again we have to start from zero from next life. Again we have to start. But spiritual life is not like that. If 1% is done, next life it starts from 2%. So who would not like to use such a great boon in Kali Yuga? So many people, they talk so many nonsense things and they simply waste their valuable time. Even in bhakti also, devotee when comes to devotional service, he may also get deviated, like atyahara prayashasya prajalponiyamagraha janasangasya laulyamsha shadbir bhaktir pranashyate. So what does it mean, atyahara? Atyahara means overeating and over collecting also. Suppose someone has to construct a big temple, it needs some 50 lakhs. So it needs 50 lakhs to construct the temple. So a devotee, he does not collect more than that, and that becomes atyaharam. Prabhupada says this. Okay, he collected more than that and he is keeping it in the bank, not spending also. So not spending for Krishna, just keeping in the bank. So that is atyahara. Like Prabhupada says, atyahara also means, suppose our body may consume 1 kilo of rice and somebody may dump more. जब खाते हैं, when we eat too much, ढेर आता है. ढेर मतलब समझते हो? डकार आता है. डकार आता है. डकार आया मतलब भर गए पेट, and you cannot push more. That is called atyahara. Eating too much or collecting too much. But we should eat as much as our पेट जितना डाइजेस्ट करते हैं उतना खाना चाहिए. सो दैट इज, अगर हम ज़्यादा खाया उस भक्ति से अगेंस्ट है, मतलब अगेंस्ट ऑफ द पास. एंड प्रयास मीन्स trying to endeavor extraordinarily, like if someone wants to construct temple and it cost more than 500 crores of rupees, and if it is not possible, then he will not construct, he will just do preaching. And if he's trying still, he cannot do that, but still he's trying, that is called extraordinary endeavor. Doing something with extraordinary endeavor, that is called prayas. Prajalpa, next it says prajalpa, talking unnecessary, all like, we don't read any politics, we don't read any newspapers, right? We were doing all these things before coming to ISKCON, but now we don't do it all. Because we have got some higher taste, because we are with devotees, and we have lost interest. And this is also one of the symptoms of advancing in Krishna consciousness. We have no interest in reading such kind of. Now we don't watch any movies, we don't watch any, sports and all. I used to do all these things. Now we don't go at all. Although there is an option in the mobile, there is an option to watch movies, to watch sports, to read newspapers. But since I came to ISKCON, since 5 years, I never opened a newspaper. I never watched any movie. I never. This is the greatness of bhakti. You see how it is purifying. It's because the process of bhakti is so potent that it purifies our heart. And naturally, we don't like to associate with those who are not devotees. Naturally, we don't like to eat food stuff which is not offered. Like when we travel in trains, also we don't eat outside food. We still order prasadam and we eat prasad. So sadhana bhakti is so potent that it purifies one from all kinds of misgivings. Now we see Krishna is instructing about the body and spirit, soul and body. This is the highest education. Now we see big politicians, they are talking about Sanatan Dharma, this, that, Bhagavad Gita. But you see, there are great Mahatmas, big politicians, they never talk about the soul. You see in the entire history, you will never, nowhere you will find that they are speaking about the soul. They will promise, big politicians, they promise that I will, do for this to you, which is all on bodily platform. But you never hear them, they are talking about the soul, which is permanent. They are simply, busy in making this body comfort. We know that this body is going to be finished, right? Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, one day, fire is going to enter my mouth. How it is? Because this body is going to be finished, right? Fire is going to enter my mouth. So one day this tongue is going to be burnt into ashes. हमारा जो जिह्वा है जल जाएगा एक दिन, क्योंकि ये तो शरीर है, टेम्पररी है, ये वास्तव है, दुनिया का वास्तविकता है, तो जलने वाला है एक दिन. तो उसके लिए क्या करना चाहिए? हम हमेशा भगवान का जिह्वा से हम भगवान का नाम जप करते रहना चाहिए. एंड आई सी इन माई लाइफ like serving seniors or Prabhupada, I don't know how, but naturally sometimes Hare Krishna Mahamantra or some Vaishnava bhajan, some shloka, they naturally come out of the tongue. Like it's naturally, you must also be experiencing. So it naturally comes out. The tongue should be used for that. So that one can, just by hearing and chanting, Kunti Maharani says, Kunti Maharani says, Shunvanti gayanti grunanta bhikshnasha smaranti nandanti tavehitam jana taeva pashyanta chirena tavakam bhava pravaho paramam padambujam. O Krishna, those who continuously hear, chant and repeat your transcendental activities or take pleasure in others doing so, certainly see your lotus feet, which alone can stop the repetition of birth and death. Now, you see, there is a medicine here to stop the cycle of birth and death. Now, any doctor, suppose someone has got some disease, cancer, they have medicine. Even if that medicine is not functioning, they will create some new medicine, right? Some advanced medicine. That may cure. If someone has some other disease, they may go on inventing new medicines. But is there any scientist who has medicine for death? They say it's not possible and they just keep it aside. But if you are really intelligent, here is a solution. Bhagavatam says, just by continuously hearing and chant or repeat your transcendental activities, or else if someone sees other taking pleasure, or take pleasure, if someone is doing, someone is hearing Krishna's name or hearing Bhagavatam, just by seeing them, and if someone feels happy or pleasure, that will also help us to see Krishna's lotus feet, and which will alone will stop the cycle of birth and death. This is real independence. Real independence means to stop birth. That is real independence. To stop death. That is real independence. To stop old age. That is real independence. Because the soul is there in the body, which is always youthful. Which is always youthful, just like Krishna is Navayavanam cha. So similarly, the soul is youthful and it will never die. That's why the spirit souls are seeking permanent existence. That's why we don't think of death. That's why we don't think of death. Kyunki the soul will never die. What is that Gita says? Nahanyate hanyamane sharire. The soul will never die. It cannot be slain. It cannot be cut into pieces. The nature of the soul. So we see purport again. Can go to purport. Now we see in the purport, actually there is so much war is going on, so many people are died in the battlefield. But what is the connection? There is Krishna. There is Krishna. That's why we are interested in Gita. Suppose if there is no Krishna, who would like to hear such wars and all? There were many wars that happened. Because there is a Krishna, that's why devotees of Krishna are interested in reading Gita. And it is adored all over the world. So our duration of life is not very long. It says, Bhagavatam says, like different yugas have different ages. Satyuga people 1 lakh years, and Treta Yuga 10,000 years their lifespan is, and next 1,000 years. Now it is 100 years. Now we see that is also reducing. It says, Bhagavatam last canto I think, Symptoms of Kali, says that our age is going to be half of that, like 50 years. Maximum age is, its maximum will be 50 years. It's maximum it says. It's not minimum. Maximum is 50 years. So it's very limited. We don't know when we are ordered to live. That's why Prabhupada says it's our duty to see that not a moment of our life is wasted in topics which are not related with Krishna. Now we see living being is eternal by constitution. He is in the whirlpool of birth and death because we are in the material world. Those who want to live forever without changing their material bodies, should not waste valuable time with topics other than those relating to Lord Krishna and his devotees. That's why we all should be very careful. Of course, I should also be, whether my time is getting wasted throughout the day, how my day is going on. I also waste so much time. I wasted already so much time before coming to ISKCON, but now I am realizing that how the time is so valuable. We don't know when we are ordered to leave. I've seen in my village, of course, so many people are dying in front of my eyes, even from own family members, relatives, neighbors, country people or society people. But now I am just trying to recollect, really this place is a place for a cycle of birth and death. How someone may be very, cruel or demonic behavior, but one day suddenly you see him lying on dead on the floor. This body is so temporary, anytime it may be finished. So that's why we should be very, very cautious in using our time. Because whatever we do in Krishna consciousness, it has permanent effect. So why to miss the chance? So we hear some glories of Goswamis. Today is 3 Goswamis disappearance days, right? So we hear about Raghunath Das Goswami. It's mentioned, okay, please open, Prabhu. Chaitanya Charitamrut, Adi Leela, 10th chapter. 10th chapter, 91 verse. 91? Is it about Raghunath Das Goswami? So these are very nice verses. Chaitanya Charitamrut, Adi Leela, 10th chapter, 93 or 91. 91, right? You all can repeat after me, huh? Okay, I will only recite, then one by one can recite translation. We have mic. Mahaprabhura priya vritya raghunada dasa sarvatyaji kaila prabhura padatale bhasa. Somebody can.
Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, the 46th branch of the tree, was one of the most dear servants of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He left all his material possessions to surrender completely unto the Lord and live at his lotus feet.
So here Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj knows that he is a son of Govardhan Majumdar. So the place where he took birth is Sri Krishnapura. Sri Krishnapura. So there is a temple of Shri Radha Govindji is still there. The description is given. So Raghunath Das Goswami, he worshipped this deity for 40 years. This place is on the banks of the Saraswati river. So his forefathers all are very, very rich men, it's mentioned in this. His spiritual master at home was Yadunandan Acharya. So although he is a family man, he has no attachment for his wife or his estate. So he has a tendency to leave the home. So what their father and uncle did, they kept bodyguards to watch him. But still he escaped from them and he went to Jagannath Puri to meet Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he compiled 3 books, Stavavali, Dana Charita and Mukta Charita. So if you go to Vrindavan, Radhakund, there is still, that place is there where he did his bhajan and samadhi. He almost gave up complete eating and therefore he was skinny and weak of health. His only concern was to chant the holy name of the Lord. He gradually reduced his sleeping until he was almost not sleeping at all. It's mentioned in this that he used to sleep for 22 and a half hours is to throughout the day is to chant and hear Bhagavatam, and remaining 2.5 hours is to take rest. Like we see Srila Prabhupada also. Those who have realized that they are different from the body, they all can do this actually. They all can do. They can reduce their eating, sleeping and all these things. So he is a Rasa Manjari in spiritual world. All our Goswamis, they are Manjaris in the spiritual world, right? Prabhu samarpila tanre swarupe rahate Prabhu ragupta seva kaila swarupe rasate. When Raghunath Das Goswami approached Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Jagannath Puri, the Lord entrusted him to the care of Swarup Damodar, his secretary. Thus, they both engaged in the confidential service of the Lord. So Swarup Damodar Goswami is to take care of the Lord and bathing and meals and resting and massaging him. Raghunath Das Goswami is to assist Swarup Damodar. Shodasha Vatsara Kailantaranga Sevana Swarupera Antardane Aila Vrindavana. Somebody can read? Somebody else can?
He rendered confidential service to the Lord for 16 years at Jagannath Puri. And after the disappearance of both the Lord and Swarup Damodar, he left Jagannath Puri and went to Vrindavan.
So Raghunath Das Goswami, he went to Vrindavan from Jagannath Puri after both of them left. Vrindavane dui baira charana dekhiya Govardhane tyajiba deha bhrugu pata kariya. Please sing.
Sri Raghunath Das Goswami intended to go to Vrindavan to see the lotus feet of Roop and Sanatan and then give up his life by jumping from Govardhan Hill.
Jumping from the top of Govardhana Hill is a system of suicide especially performed by saintly persons. After the disappearance of Lord Chaitanya and Swarup Damodar, Raghunath Das keenly felt separation from these two exalted personalities and therefore decided to give up his life by jumping from Govardhana Hill in Vrindavan. Yeitani chaya kari aila vrindavane asirupa sanatanera vandila charane.
Thus, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami came to Vrindavan, visited Sri Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami and offered them his obeisances.
Tabe dui bai tanre marite nadila Nija tritiya bai kari nikate rakila. Please.
Those two brothers, however, did not allow him to die. They accepted him as their third brother and kept him in their company.
Mahaprabhura lila yatha bahirantara Dui bai tanra mukhe shune nirantara.
Because Raghunath Das Goswami was assistant to Swarup Goswami, Swarup Damodar. He knew much about the external and eternal features of the pastime of Lord Chaitanya. Thus the two brothers Rup and Sanatan Goswami always used to hear of this from him.
Anna jala tyaga kala anyakatana Paladuiti namata karena bhakshana.
Raghunath Das Goswami gradually give up all foods and drinks, but a few drops of buttermilk.
Is to drink once in 3 days some little buttermilk, right? Sahasra dandavata karela yakshanama Dui sasra vaishnavere nitya paranama.
As a daily duty, he regularly offered 1,000 obeisances to the Lord, chanted at least 100,000 holy names, and offered obeisances to 2,000 Vaishnavas.
Ratri dine Radha Krishner manasa sevana Prahare ka Mahaprabhu charitra katana.
Day and night he rendered service within his mind to Radha Krishna, and for 3 hours a day he discoursed about the characteristics of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
So the Goswamis, they are always busy in Krishnot Kirtana Gana Nartana Paro Premamrita Mone. They are always submerged in transcendental ocean of love. Tina Sandhya Radha Kunde Apatita Snana Vrajavasi Vaishnave Kare Alinganamana.
Sri Raghunath Dasa Goswami took 3 baths daily in the Radhakunda lake. As soon as he found a Vaishnava residing in Vrindavana, he would embrace him and give him all respect.
Sarda Sapta Prahara Kare Bhaktira Sadane Charidanda Nidra Seha Nahe Konadine. He engaged himself in devotional service for more than 22.5 hours a day, and for less than 2 hours he slept. Although on some days that also was not possible. So now Krishnadas Kaviraja Goswami is telling, I am struck with wonder when I hear about the devotional service he executed. I accept Srila Rupa Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami as my guides. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami ki. So we will sing one bhajan. Janilo Pemadana. Can play Mridanga. Jayanilo Premadana Koruna Pracho Jayanilo Premadana Koruna Pracho Premadana Hino Prabhu ko thagila charya tako Tagela Charyatako Hino Prabhu ko thagila Charyatako Gila Charyatako Kaha mora swarup rupa Kaha sanatana Kaha sanatana Kaha dasara gunata patita pavana Raghunada patita Kaha dasara gunata patita pavana Kaha mora bhatta juga Kaha kaviraja Bhatta juga Kaha mora bhatta juga taha kaviraja. একাকালে কোথা গেলা গোরানটা রাজা। একাকালে কোথা গেলা গোরানটা রাজা। পাশানি কুটিব মাথা আনলে ফাঁসিব। মাথা পাশানে কুটিব মাথা আনলে ফাঁসিব। গৌরাঙ্গা গুণেরা নিধি কোথা গেলে পাবো। গৌরাঙ্গা গুণেরা নিধি কোথা গেলে পাবো। সেই সব সঙ্গীরা সঙ্গে যে খইল বিলাস। সঙ্গে যে খইল সেই সঙ্গ সঙ্গীরা সঙ্গে যে খইল বিলাস। সে সঙ্গান পাইয়া কান্দে নরোত্তম দাস। সেই সঙ্গান পাইয়া কান্দে নরোত্তম দাস। যে আনিল প্রেমাদান করুণা প্রচুর। প্রেমাদান যে আনিল প্রেমাদান করুণা প্রচুর। হেন প্রভু কোথা গেলা আচার্য তাকো। কোথা গেলা হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ হরে হরে। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Acharya Thakur. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jai Prabhupada. Nitai Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Srila Prabhupada ki, Grandharaj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki. So it's already 9:25. I think we can take prasadam. I think Grandharaj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki. Hare Krishna.